The Mermalair. I mean, this looks colourful at least. I like the look of this. Welcome, friend, welcome to the elusive prison of Fengor. No, wait, I mean the Mermalair. I live here, don't I? And guess what? That dirty, dirty bubble has struck again, this time within our very walls. Don't ask me how, but he escaped, ran around, dirtied up the place before quick as night, sneaking back into his impregnable hold, from which escape is impossible. And look what he's done to the place. He's made the whole 9 yards look like it's a festering nest of negligence. And for what? Revenge? I'd like to see him try. Do something, kid, before we descend into a pit of self-loathing and crime and bikini bottles spirals out of control. And don't forget those nooks and crannies, crime flourishes where angelfish fear to tread. What is this guy? Now, there was an achievement for this level that was to clean Patrick's ID card first, apparently. Patrick's identity card. There we go. It's not my wallet. In the Mermalair job, complete Patrick's identity card first. And this doesn't look like the work of the dirty bubbler to me. What would you know, Spongebob? Looks more like years of persistent dirt and inefficient cleaning techniques. You're probably not wrong. There's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, I guess. Don't know which is which. All of confusion. I mean, I'd assume Mermaid Man's on the right and Barnacle Boy's the one on the left. There's the switch. Can I turn it on and what does it do? So I'm using that just standing on things is often the best tactic for cleaning these sorts of angles. Just standing on the ladder, yeah, that works. We've also got our little step stool. No, no, well, now I have to put it somewhere because you can't put it down again. I was trying to grab this. I hate that about the ladder. Once you've picked it up, you have to place it somewhere. You can't just put it back down again. There's the Orb of Confusion cleaned. And then it's pedestal. There we go. This wall of gadgets. Let's just get a good angle on, and let's just work our way from the top down. It's going to be all sorts of weird angles and shadows though, so I'm not going to be able to get a lot of stuff. How am I supposed to clean things from above? I guess I put a ladder up on the side or something? Because there's no scaffolding inside, generally. Yeah, I'm just going to have to put... Oh, maybe if I put the ladder up against the pillar? And then turn around and shoot backwards. That should work. What a colourful array of things. Okay, well first let's clean the pillar. Yeah, I figured it went all the way to the roof. I don't even know if I can put it against it, to be fair. But we may as well start with this anyway. I missed how much this job was worth, but this is actually quite a large job. At least I don't seem to have to do the walls and everything, otherwise that would be really annoying. It would be like the Lost Temple all over again. Alright, so that's this face of it done. Oh, and pillar face is a separate thing. Nice. So we're actually going to know when it's done. And unfortunately it's not. There we go. Cool. So that's good. That's nice to see. Not often that's the case. side. I don't know how many more jobs there are, actually. How many have we done? I've lost track. We did, was it Contro or whatever? We did the houses, was one. We did the bus, was 2. Krusty Krab and Chum Bucket was 3. Pickle 4. Invisible Boat 5. Yeah, this is the last job, I think. I'm fairly sure there was only 6 jobs. 6 jobs, 10 achievements. Because there was achievement for Conch Row, which we missed. There was achievement for Krabby Patty Chum Bucket, which we missed. Achievement for the burger car, which we got. And then the achievement for this, which we got. Yep. So that's cool. So we just need to go back to the earlier levels. The Chum Bucket one isn't so bad, because at least that's a clean at first achievement. The Contro one's annoying because it's a clean at last achievement, so I've got to do all of the houses again, and then go back and just make sure that we clean Patrick's rock and hinge last. Rock underside and hinge, so you need to open it, and then do his stuff first, and then close it again. I'll do the hinge and then close it again. Alright, so that's this pillar done. Well, except for this side, obviously, but we've done both faces, which is nice. We've done the floor mount. Has the ceiling mount actually dinged? I'm not sure if it has. No. Probably because of the sides. There we go. Sure enough. We've got enough experience with this game now that we can generally tell that if we've missed something, we know why. And pillar side, just do up the seams, I guess. There we go. Good. And this one was also not done. Again, just do seams. What have we missed? Oh, it's probably something on the, on the inside. There we go, inside corner. Gotcha. Right, we can put that up there. Perfect, which means we can now run up it. And now we can do the top of this. So we've got a weird angle. There we go. Now we can see the other side. Just... kind of. Hopefully that's enough. Because the outside isn't separate, so... So the sailor cap is still not done, apparently, even though we've got a higher angle on it. So I don't know what more it wants from me. I'm probably going to have to actually stand on top of it, basically, and shoot down. It's always tedious when you have to do that. Star mask. Utility belt's not done. That I need to probably clean the inside of, to be fair. And then a lot of the stuff now probably needs a lower angle. But at least we're getting the top. Okay, now, can we stand on it? Yes. Good. And we pretty much have to. That's the thing, is sometimes you feel clever by doing these sorts of things, by jumping about and getting on top of things. But then a lot of the time, you practically have to anyway. So it's like, I guess they did expect me to do this because I'm practically required to. I guess you can use the ladder more as well, but... So like that mermaid hat, there we go, we just had to get the underside of it. The tickle belts, probably the underside of it, but it's not wanting to ding. This side of it is the utility belt. Wrong belt. I can't tell which bit Still needs to be clean on that thing. Why do you have to be so annoying? I mean, it is a tickle belt, to be fair. So it's kind of... Oh no, it is finished. We did get it. I thought I saw something that still wasn't done. Oh no. Cool. Worried about nothing. The radar thing, we just need to do a bit underside. The utility belt we did. The tartar gun, we probably just need to get a bit of a... Okay, there we go. Just the cone. Crustaceous hammer done. Ink bottle. There's the wall itself. The paddle of fury. The wand of doom. Whatever the hell this thing is. Let's do things from behind as well. There's the ultra grinder done. That's what they call me on the dance floor. No, really. Bubble wand of doom container. The aqua glove. Shell comms. Balls of steel. Right. Special blender. I think disguise is already done. And then the lunchbox we just need to do the undersides of, right? Yeah, there we go. Aquarang, Mermalair. I think we're done? Oh, radar boot apparently is still filthy. What the hell is the point of a radar boot? I don't know why I'm questioning it. Cosmic ray as well, there we go. Okay, I think we're done with this wall now. It's a surreal experience. What next? I mean, whoa, okay, I didn't mean to do that, but that's actually kind of useful, because am I going to have to do the top of this? Can I go... got the wrong angle. Can I go running up this and, like, launch off? Oh, so close. So close. Ugh. There's probably an easier way. You can probably just put the ladder on the side of this, so let's not mess around too much. Let's just clean the side of this, and then we'll try and do just that. Rusty? Yeah, this is not just the work of whatever the hell they were blaming, because this is rust. You guys just have not cleaned this in a long time. Think about maybe giving it some sort of oxidized proof coating, chrome it or something, I don't know, paint it at least. You're in salt water for Christ's sakes. Shit's gonna corrode. Okay, now we can see if we can put the ladder on the side of this. Yes, good. And now we can be up the top. There we go. Much easier than trying to mess around with jumps. Yes, it's less fun, I guess, but... makes it all the more frustrating when you fall off when it's taking you ages to get up somewhere. Do the rust down the corners. There we go. Grime comes off easily enough, but then the rust underneath takes a little bit more work. We could theoretically do like a first run with the green nozzle probably, just to clear off the grime and see the rust. But I may as well just do yellow all the way. Yellow nozzle, best nozzle, even for a pro washer. If something's like really easy to clean, then yeah, green or even white nozzle. Definitely green nozzle. But as soon as you know that there's something tougher, just yellow. It doesn't really take that much extra time. We just blasted away all of that rust anyway. We only occasionally need to bother with an extension as well. It's usually just because I want to. Just want to make sure that I'm getting good coverage. A lot of the time, unless it's really far away, I don't need to bother. Actually, being up here is really good for those wall decorations too. Alright, get the top edge. Get the tops of anything down here that has a top edge, try and get from here, so that way we can just do everything else from underneath. Finish off the top bit here, so it doesn't matter if we fall off again. Or at least it matters less. Probably put the ladder around the back here anyway if we wanted to, but you can't see it on the time lapses anymore at least. Let's just do extra long and do these wall decorations. So then it's a case of this should just need stuff done on the underside now. So long as the top is done, that's the main thing. Cool. And now, once again, to just get what we can from up here. Oh good, we can actually stand on this little lip. That's really handy. We stand on that pipe then as well. So let's do that. Whee! There we go. Crouch down here. Make sure we get the tops of all of these ports and plugs and stuff right in here. Not sure how I'm going to do... We do it like that. There we go. It's the only way to get that angle in behind. Time for some punk. To the beam. Doesn't feel like there's all that much left on that wall ornament now, but apparently. Okay, I think we've probably done all we can from here. We should be able to do pretty much everything else from ground floor. And we can always stick the ladder up here if we need to. Roll it. Good, good. Love it when things ding when I expect them to. Cable. I remember when monitors used to plug just directly into the case. You wouldn't have to plug them in separately, they'd just be like a pass-through on the computer case. It'd just be a separate plug on the power supply that would just go off to the monitor. Kind of weird they stopped doing that in some ways. I guess it was just a way to economize on power supplies. And also, theoretically, you can use different connectors and yeah. A lot of monitors have their own power supplies now, I guess, for different requirements. Whereas back then all CRTs were pretty much just standard. Costumes, the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. What? What about them? I haven't seen any costumes. Would you be Spongebob? I'd be the elastic waistband. With these stretching powers, I could change the channel without finding the remote. Priorities. I like your priorities. Okay, well that's pretty much everything from the back here. There's bound to be a few little bits we've missed. This computer cable is apparently not quite done. Ah, because of... that's why. There you go. Get what we can of this. Anything else we've missed? Yeah, there's a bit of an angle there that we need to get. There we go. That's the angle we needed. And we can get in behind here as well. And then spin. And go. Ladders can be a little bit awkward sometimes. There we go. There we go. That'll work. Hang off the edge of it. Probably get anything else from up on the platform itself. Oh, it's an alarm light. Is that a reset button or something? No, it's apparently an alarm light. Okay. Gotta have a red alarm light. Alright, that's making progress on the base. So, what more do you need cleaned? Yeah, it's all just on the sides and stuff, and around the back, I guess. I don't know what I'm standing on right now. Is it all like falling behind and everything? I should be able to just take this damn thing off the wall at this point, right? There we go, good. I feel having a life buoy as a wall ornament is a little bit facetious. I'm not sure about that. Yes, they're pretty and all, but also valuable pieces of material. Anyway, I can see some bits that I missed up there, so let's just grab those out of the way. Probably won't matter, to be honest. It's such a large feature that it'll probably ding well in advance of what I expect it to. I also don't know if that counts as the case still or if that's part of the screen. Still quite a bit on computer case to do though. I might not have done everything around the other side yet. It also might just be around the outside of the screen. Is it? No, we don't need the extension on while we're up close here. It's always awkward when things are going on to what looks like an uneven floor, so I'm not sure if there's a little bit of an edge underneath that I'm going to miss. Okay, so yes, case is around the outside of the screen. Good. Good to know. Great track. I mean, may as well just do the screen now as well and work our way down to doing the case from there. And I can give my left hand a bit of a break while I do. In fact, I need to move my coffee over this side. I always forget to do this when I'm playing this game. Multitasking. Good. There's the screen done. Computer case is so close to being done. Is there like inside edge or something that we haven't done? Something around this side that we haven't done? So it's really close. It probably is just if I stand on the chair. Is it on the inside here or something? There we go. Okay, we probably need the like short extension on, if that. Time to clean the dashboard. Come on, buttons. There we go. There we go. Just have to spend a little bit more time on them. There we go. None. Console, which is rusty. Come on, guys, look after your stuff. I wonder what's still missing on this. It's probably the undersides of something. Along the sides here, perhaps. Hard to tell. Well, we can do the rest and then come back for console. Do the platform, chair, whatever the hell lever that is over the other side. Seems rather weird. Chair, which of course is another life buoy. Should have done more of it while I was standing on it, to be honest. A little bit of lack of forethought there. Don't know what that lever is for. Is that the on-off switch or something? It seems a tad excessive. Yay. We have to do the underside of the chair as well. very least do the backside. Okay, so what else is there for the chair? That's probably like the legs or something. I keep noticing the staircase. There we go. There's the lever, and then there'll be lever base. And then stand includes the bottom. But we've done top at least. Try and make sure we've got the margins all sorted. This ladder, best we can. Kind of weird that it's just like a rickety ladder leading up to a sophisticated, comparatively sophisticated computer setup. But whatever. I just do the cleaning. Okay, so what else is there on the console that still needs to be done? See, my thought was that it might be something around these angles here. They don't look too bad, that's the thing. Maybe we put the ladder around this other side just in case, so we can actually get a little bit of a look. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oops, that'll do it. There we go. That would definitely do it. And that's why you use the ladder that's been provided, instead of just being stubborn. This should hopefully be the rest of the stand, and then we can move on to the next thing. I'm not sure whether to finish with the door or stand and base, sorry. Whether to finish with the doorway area or the table and chairs. I think maybe we work our way around, do the table and chairs, and then do the doorway last. Extra long extension. Actually quite handy to stand on the chair. Get a little bit closer to this bit up here. Just get slowly across to try and make sure we get the angle. This is the bit where it actually reaches the roof. It's a little bit awkward. And then from this side we can do this bit of the side. While we're starting on the face. That's just to get the leading edge there. This down to get the corner, and then we've got to go from the other side. We can just stand on the computer thing again. Getting to the point that we don't need the extension anymore, so we stop. Cool. And then wing over here. Do the bit up by the roof. Do this leading edge. On the other side. And just go all the way down. Why not? Cool. And start on this other side. Should probably do the edges first, and then we can just fill in. And just wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Well, it's this angle done on it at least. We're gonna have to come back over some of this side bit later. I guess we can do this. Do the Hand of Justice. Okay, it's actually yellow, not pink. Alright. I don't know what kind of grime that was that made it pink, but that's kind of funny. It was just so different underneath. pulley belt. Try and get some angles while I'm standing on it, get like the inside of the belt and everything right down the bottom, side of the fingers and everything, get a variety of angles on this upright section, on the belt there. Antenna? Why? Why is there a monitor antenna? This is just so much just things you drew in your exercise book when you were a kid. Let's be real. That's pretty much what Spongebob is, right? It's just everything that you drew instead of paying attention to class. Nice. Got the antenna. Weird that the monitor is on a mount for some reason. Made sense to someone. Or not, quite frankly. Maybe it just didn't. Cool. Just to the monitor. Bit of rust around the back here. Monitor case, and then there'll be a screen as well, of course. Some angles, there we go. That's the case, that's the screen. Perfect, good. Now we'll do the hole here. Underneath. Pulley. Ah, the pulley included the axle. Gotcha. Sense. Well, kind of. We'll go with it. We'll accept it. How's that? Should be very careful not to say that something makes sense in this context, because it probably doesn't. It's more a case of, we'll go with it. Underside of the pulley. This part, underside on this side, it's probably a bit right down the bottom underneath or something that I'm missing. That underneath the pulley wheel maybe. Not quite sure what it still wants from me for the small pulley. There we go. There we go. Good. It's the tricky bit's done, I think, and now it's just the base, which is very filthy. Oh, it's oil. Okay, yes. That makes sense. We do need to go a little bit slower with oil. Just a bit. Not much. No, just a bit. Oh, I thought this would be like a platform or something, but it's all just base. Like, the whole bit all the way down to the floor is just base. Slightly disappointing, but understandable. I suppose it should really be like platform and then base. It's fine. Each of these lights should be a separate ding as well, you know. I wonder how much sometimes it's like the map designers, when they're putting it together, they just get to a certain point and go, okay, I just want to get this done. After they did the wall of gadgets over the other side, they're like, okay, that's enough fiddly stuff. Let's just make it simple. Cool. So the useful thing here is now we can stand on this platform in order to do this. You've got to use the environment to your own benefit. That ceiling mount bit feels like it should really be done by now, so I wonder what angle we've missed with that. Oh, it's just around the other side, probably. Must not have done quite enough from the chairs. Which super acquaintance would I be? Super good question, Patrick. No, we've hit 40%. I do sometimes feel they really needed to have dialogue happen at 10% intervals, not just 20 on some maps. Like, to have it different for big maps, make it every 10% instead. I'd be the Quickster, able to travel vast distances at the speed of light. So, Flash then. Wait, would I still get tired if I ran to rock bottom in under a second? Would they collapse from exhaustion? That's a very good question. Spongebob over here asking the real questions. Flash must have a metabolism. If so, I want that. He wants to. Okay, well, whatever. I think that's why they have the, was it the Speed Force or whatever is the whole thing that sustains the Flash, so that way he doesn't get exhausted. It's because he's making the use of some force or other. Use the Force, Barry. Cool. No longer need an extension. We'll worry about tidying up the bits of the bottom later. Oh, that's why the side didn't ding. I hadn't done this bit. There we go. I figured it was something over here. Forgotten I'd left so much of it. Nice. Now the floor mounts. We just need to tidy up some of the bits on the sides of the rivets, probably. There we are. Perfect. On to the next things. Which will be these, I guess? Oh, here's the costumes. Gotcha. Okay. So they talked about it, but I hadn't actually cleaned it yet. Here's the costume cases. Maybe don't reference arbitrarily at a certain percentage if it relates to something that I might not have actually cleaned yet. Should trigger after cleaning any one of these. Instead of just being percentage, it should trigger after cleaning one of the costume display case elements. And then have him go, oh, which one would I be? Got to do the tops of these as well, I guess. There's the glass. The base must be pretty close to being done. How do we go about getting on top? Without using a ladder, obviously. Using a ladder is the obvious bit. Boing, up here, onto this, onto the monitor, onto the aerial. Past the stalactite. There we go. See? It's a platforming game, really. So what about this lid is not... there we go. I guess we can do a bit of the sides from the top of the preceding one. Clean our way across the top. And move on to the next one. And we basically just keep doing this motion, and that should do a good enough job, hopefully. Because the wrap around the sides would probably work even from the bottom, even from down below. And then we just want to turn around and do it back the other way as well. So we get to this point, do a bit here just to tidy off that. And then do a bit here. So we're getting the bit in between, because that's kind of an annoying angle to get from down below. Cool, and that's the lids hopefully prepped. So now when we come down here, just do everything once again, as we've said before. Go wild on the back, so that then we can finish on front. I get the intermediate triangles as well. Basically, it's just all on the time lapse. You just kind of disappear for a bit while you're behind things, and then you just turn around and hop. There we go, at the front. From this side. See, might I suggest that if they were having issues with like jellyfish stings and stuff earlier, maybe they should incorporate some masks and gloves into their costumes. Boots, perhaps? Or one of them has boots. Just a thought. That's a weird piece. Captain Magma. Okay. Sure. It'd have been useful with the volcano in the original campaign. Yeah, it's when was she here? You were doing mini golf? Ah, nice. Mini golf virtually or in real life? Either one is fun, but real life is especially fun. I don't actually have the timestamps turned on. I need to change my chat settings again because I used to have it timestamps display. But I updated OBS and something happened anyway, and things got screwed around. For some reason my stream details got disconnected and I had to reconnect it. And I messed with all the settings for the docs, so now I have to tidy all that up again. Put timestamps on. It was a while ago, put it that way. It was last map. Was when I was cleaning the Krusty Krab. The Neots popped in. Entertained us with her presence and judgment. In real life, nice. Mini golf is a bit of fun. There's a few over here where they're like an indoor mini golf course, and they use UV light to make everything all fluoro and stuff. It's kind of cool. Gives you a headache if you're there too long, but still cool. Ding, ding. Ding. There we are. Isn't here in the stream anyway. Yeah, I think Woody was streaming too, so you might be visiting him. Do I also do regular golf? I do not. Regular golf, a little bit more effort involved, a lot more cost involved. Can't be bothered. Mini golf is just the right size. I mean, something in between. Like the one thing that does get me with mini golf is, you know, as the name suggests, it is miniature. It would be nice if there was like a halfway. Because a lot of the courses on mini golf courses, at least over here anyway, they tend to be quite cramped and a little bit too miniature. I mean, they're kind of designed for kids, so you almost need an adult-size mini golf course So that way it would be just a little bit bigger. Yeah, because a lot of the time they expect that you can hole-in-one it and stuff, and it just needs to be just a little bit larger. Because it only takes like half an hour a lot of the time to get around. Unless you're doing it with a large group. If you're doing it with like a group of friends, like 5 or 6 people, or even just 4 people or so, then it takes time, you know, everyone takes their turn and stuff, but you have a bit of fun with it. But if it's just a couple of you, it doesn't take very long to get around. It'd be nice if it was just a little bit longer, but not like a full-on golf course that takes a lot longer. And you actually have to be, like, good to finish a game of golf. Like real golf, you actually have to be kind of good and know what you're doing, whereas mini golf you can pretty much just knock it about and you'll get there eventually. Mini golfers are upper class. Well, that's how it started as well. It was always like, I mean, you've got to think of a recreational pastime like golf where you're just knocking a ball around and not achieving anything. People in the working class 100 years ago, they did not have the luxury of having the time to do that. You know, they were working or they were home looking after family and stuff. It was people who had servants generally that were playing golf because they had the luxury to do so. Incidentally, also largely to blame for daylight saving. So there's another thing to hold against golf. Some toff didn't like the idea of people not having the ability to play golf in the evening, so wanted the daylight hours extended. That wasn't the actual reason it started, that was wartime for rationing and stuff, but that was the original thought behind it. That was the first proposal, I believe, for daylight saving. How absurd. And even now, like, even though it is a lot easier to get into stuff like that, you know, we do have discretionary time even as a working class. Ooh, Superior Gadgetry, I've already cleaned that, dude. You get a bit behind. Yeah, they need to have the triggers based on what I clean, not just percentages. They expected me to go clockwise and I've gone anti-clockwise. Yeah, even though it is easier to get into things, golf has always been really exclusionary still. You know, you usually have to be a member of the club. You've got a dress code and stuff. You can't just rock up in just a t-shirt and shorts and stuff. Generally, a lot of the time they'll have a dress code they want to enforce. Driving range I've had some fun with though. Just, you know, hit the ball as hard as you can. You know, it's meant to be for practicing your technique and everything, but it's just smack the ball and get it as far as you can. Done that before, when I was a kid. Haven't done it for ages. But I'd rather just go for a walk. Like, instead of playing a round of golf, I would rather just... If I'm spending that much time just outside on a nice day or something, I'd rather just go for a walk. Go to the Botanic Gardens or something, go to the zoo, I don't know. Just do something else. Extra long again. So the ceiling mount we've managed to complete already, that's good. And then just do the inside edge. Oh, that's the face done. There's the side done. Good. There's that side done. Good. We're barely even thinking about doing that pillar, but we just kind of finished it accidentally. So that's cool. I mean, I've already done the same plan twice, so... Yeah, the lamp bulb apparently needs doing. I don't even see dirt on the bulb, but apparently it's dirty and needs doing, so okay. Fine. Let's power wash all of this precious, fragile stuff, shall we? Like test tubes. Does that make sense? another lamp. So you got a big lamp, and then we got a little lamp, looks like. Oh no, it's a suspended flask. I thought it was a lamp, but no, it's a flask on a stand. Ah, the chemist. I was expecting each of them to be individual. It was just all 4 of them all at once. And the holder. That's good. Makes it easy for me. Flask hose. Let's do everything from the back. I should just do the table and stuff as well. Just do everything from the back. And then hit it from the front. Cool. Is there anything else on the walls around here? There is something up there. There was also like the prison cell thing. Yeah, wall alarm, okay. How alarming. Another thing of tubes. I love that I can just stand on things. I mean, theoretically I should just be able to swim around, but you know. Let's not get too crazy. Probably need to do these things from a lower angle. Do like the undersides of those flasks, but that's fine. God, this is some serious, like kind of like coffee rings, but chemical rings. This is why you use coasters or something. I guess if it cleans off, that's fine, but wood is not the sort of thing you should be using on this. Use like a glass top surface or something would be best. Not reactive. I don't know why Patrick Star has a driver identification. This is not a driver's license. Why? I don't understand. I don't know the deep lore. Oh, that conical flask is already finished, that's why. Oh, there we go. That's that one done. Good. Side of the table there. Do bottoms of the flasks here. There we go, there we go. The beaker's already done. Excellent. Working our way through. Chair. By doing the chair, we end up doing half of the desk behind. I probably need to go right the way down to go underneath. What are we missing? Front? Some other awkward angles? Ah, the other side. I can see. Yes, there we go. There we go. Good. And now the desk. Table, what do you want to call it? Bench. I'd probably call it a bench because it doesn't have legs. I think of a table as having legs. I don't know if that's actually a distinction, but that's what I think of. I think of a table as having legs. And a bench just being a big solid block like this. Why are you not clean? Ah, that's why you're not clean. Fair enough. As you were. Okay, we should clean this now. Can I get to the top of this? Kind of. We can almost physics abuse our way up. Need to, like, run into it first. It's really hard to replicate things sometimes. We can try running from the top of the things here. We could also just grab the ladder, you know? It's... No, we missed the jump. Ladder. And then we missed the ladder. Even better. Is he still in there? I guess so. That looks like him. So. Does this thing feature in the Spongebob lore? This kind of weird, filthy jellyfish thing? I don't know. Seems bizarre. Okay, well that's the top bit done. That's the bit that we needed the ladder for, realistically. Boom. Drop down. Can we put it on, like, the back wall or something? No, but we can hide it behind there so we don't have to look at it. Yep, he's still in there. Looking a bit sad for himself. Probably just misunderstood. I'm sure he didn't mean any harm. He's just having a bit of fun, you know? His fun just involves spreading filth everywhere. That's assuming he was the real bad guy, and it wasn't some other culprit all along. We need to get a bit closer to that. We'll be on there doing a bit of angle work anyway. This is just about getting the bulk of it done. Frozen tartar. So it's like Tartarus. So he's in like suspended animation or something? That seems cruel. Did they release him just to make things dirty, just so they had a reason to be heroes or something? Or have I watched too many cynical stories? Oh, accidental button clean. Happens to the best of us. Sometimes it just be like that, you know? Let's do a few dials as we go around. Trying to just get a good angle on this rim bit here. Prison chamber. Secrets or otherwise. Ding, 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 ding. Since we're there and everything, we may as well just get some dings. Treat yourself. Have some dings. Have a ding. Have a cake. Don't even know that those are still a thing. Just jumping from bit to bit, just to get a bit of an angle. Just trying to climb up the ladder just a little bit of a way to clean just a piece of this would be frustrating as hell. Ding ding, lever. You do them from the other side, I guess. Freeze, unfreeze. You really want it to be that easy? You know, you should have to turn a key or something. Alright, so everything else we can probably do from ground level. Just need to do some different angles on things. Why would you have a cable going out like that instead of just running down inside? I don't get it. I could understand it on the computer monitor and stuff because it was a separate bit on top, but this is just all in one. Whatever. Stop nitpicking fictional constructions. Hi, Overthinkers Anonymous, yes, this is me. Pull the lever! Wrong lever! Maybe that was the problem. They pulled the wrong lever. They've got the unfreeze one instead of whatever the hell this one does. So many buttons and stuff. How many do you really need? So we can't stand on the inside of this cable to get a different angle on it, so I'm not sure what's missing here. Or indeed how to get it. Oh, it's probably underneath, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Of course. That'll be the same with the other one too, in that case. Oh, apparently we missed the lever. Joystick, or whatever the hell that is. That's... good. Yep, sure enough, that was what was missing. It's all still just a prison chamber, apparently. That hole. And last section, hopefully. There's probably some rusty bits that I've missed, though. It's really close to being done. There we are. Cool. Everything is prefixed with prison chamber, so we're just going to go... yeah. Chemistry is all done. Computer... oh, the ladder we didn't do the backside of. Captain Magma we also haven't done. Also haven't done that photo frame, apparently. We've still got a pillar to clean. Joysticks. 2 joysticks. Okay. So there's 2 joysticks to clean. You guys, I haven't done from this side, have you? There we go. Done. Captain Magma. Apparently not done. There. Gotcha. The ladder we haven't done the backside of, I realised. And we need to do it from the other angle as well. There we go. Good. The photo frame is not done properly. Go. Good. I think that was everything. Wall alarm. One. A mode, not crouch. Wall alarm looks very rusty. I think they haven't needed it for a while. Or it just doesn't work, and that's why they didn't realise that the dude had escaped. Also entirely possible. Let's jump from here up on top of it if we can. That's good. Get all of the awkward angles. Let's just jump up onto the pipe if we can. Not quite. From here, perhaps? No, not quite. That's me. Now, we can stick a ladder up on the back side of the pillar or something. Depending on how much stuff we really need to do. Why do you even have pipes? I can understand cables. I don't understand pipes. Unless these are just meant to be cable conduits. Maybe they are. Call it a conduit then. It's not a pipe. Yes, it fulfills the same function. Well, that's the actual alarm. That's one of the pipes. 2 of the pipes. Good. So, is it because I need to do a bit on top of this one still? Probably. Where's that ladder gone? Yep. Good. While I'm here. So this ceiling chute thing is kind of weird, especially the fact that it's just above their table. I guess I need to put the ladder like so. And then go from here, and we'll just work our way around each pillar, basically. Sweet. And then, can I pick it up while I'm on it? No. Of course not. Don't be silly. There. Oh, missed. Going up. We actually did it kind of square on the other side, so this might just be enough. Yes. Perfect. Good. So the door still needs to be done. The electrical device still needs to be done. We're going to need to stand on top of it somehow to do it properly. So let's just do... Well, let's do the pillar first, shall we? We're going to be sticking the ladder on the pillar. We may as well clean it first. So there he is, the source of all evil. Oh, that dude in the frozen tank, presumably. Again, trigger based on me cleaning something, not me hitting an arbitrary percentage. It's never really mattered too much, but if you're going to have characters making observations about the level that you're doing, you need to sync it up with something better. Trapped in the brine of justice. You thought you were salty, but not salty enough, my filthy friend. Okay. We really don't need the extension for this. What are we missing on the side? But we just get loose there. Yeah, there we go. Cool. And then up onto the table to do this. On this side. There we go. This is certainly the most involved of all of the levels for this. I almost wonder if maybe, like, for the Krusty Krab especially, it seemed really small, and I think maybe the scaling's just a bit off. I feel maybe the scale needed to be bigger. The characters aren't exactly tiny. The Krusty Krab in particular, the Chum Bucket was decent size, but the Krusty Krab just felt really small for the size of the interior that you normally see. I feel maybe it just that would have made that level take a little bit longer, because otherwise it's been really quick, because it's been, you know, half of them been vehicles. There's the bus, was probably the biggest of the vehicles. And then the patty, burger, mobile, whatever it's called. And then the invisible car was fun, but very small. Ceiling mounters. Done. Never mind. Don't mind me. Once again. As soon as you start to question it. Ding. Yeah, the houses was a really good start. The bus was an interesting choice for a second one, but whatever. The Crab Shack just needed to be bigger. And then I think it would have been a little bit better balanced. Because we're almost finished this now. Oh, that pillar side is done. That pillar face is done. It is just the floor mount now, I think. E, that's right. Keep pressing all manner of other buttons instead of the correct one to dismiss that dialogue. Okay, because that side is done, that face is done, that side is done, that face is done. Perfect. Ladder. Let's pop you around here. No, not there. There. Go up and jump across. Can I get up onto this? Yes. Good. Perfect. Because this is generally the best way to clean this sort of thing. It's just to jump on top and then shimmy around, spin around, get a variety of angles. Go down on top of these bits as well that stick out. Now we get a bit of a better angle on some of this stuff. Bulb looks like it should be done, but I'm guessing we're missing something on the underneath on the other side probably. We can lie down on this because that makes perfect sense. And we'll get more of the stuff from the other side. Don't need to worry about too much from here. Standing on the dome down below will get us more of this stuff. Cool, and then crouch. So this should let us get the bulb. Yep. And then the device bushing. Is that what this is called? We'll just call it device rings or something. I thought bushing was something that's usually on like nuts and bolts and stuff. I was getting my terminology wrong. Cool. Now most of the rest will probably require an under angle instead. Cool. Yep. Sure enough. And then we're probably going to do that from the other side, so let's not get too greedy. Or impatient for that matter. So I just need to jump a little bit to get a different angle on. We might need to reposition the ladder to shoot down at that. The angle's underneath. It is awkward here. Maybe it would be worth actually just propping the ladder up against it. Oh, well, that's that one done. Okay, never mind. I think it is just being patient, really. This is a bit awkward right here, though. Because I don't have anything in between to stand on. Wow, seriously? Okay. I thought there was still more to do with that. What's my options for ladder placement on you? Ah, good. I can go up here. That should be useful. Especially for this bit here. Once again, I wish I could be left-handed. I mean, you could easily make a binding be H swap hands or something like that. I'm sure we could find something on controllers that it could swap to as well. Though playing this on a controller, you can. It's on some consoles. I don't know why you'd want to. I feel that would be really hard with the aiming. It would just be kind of tedious, I think. Getting the precision would be really hard. But then I've never been very good with controller precision anyway, so maybe that's just a skill issue. Nice, good. I thought I was going to have to do the bit more on the other side for that. Cool, let's get this ladder out of the way because it's kind of annoying now. Go back there. Still in a place that I can use it to run up and jump off in order to get back on here. But it just gets it out of my way. Lean down to the point that the angle becomes vertical. And we'll do the rest from the floor. Then we've just got a table and chairs and a door to do, and then we'll be done. I probably should have taken a break halfway through this level. It feels like it has taken a wee while, but never mind. Alright, so there's a bit of rust and stuff around the bottom of this. Let's just make sure it's all part of the same bit though, in terms of the electrical device body. It may not break it up into panels, but I can. So I can just do it like one panel at a time. Angle allowing. Maybe we do it half a panel at a time, since that was a bit of a stretch on the extreme side angles. Alright, almost done this bit. Would be nice if the panels had been individual, just saying. Started so strong with Spongebob's house and the pineapple panels all being individual. And it's just been a little bit inconsistent again after that point. Like, with this, really would have been cool to have each of these panels be separate. Apparently we're still missing something on the body. I just need to really crouch down to get some different angle on the bottom here. What's missing? Ah, that's missing. We missed a whole bit up front here. Voila. Cool. That's now done. So it should just be the table, chairs, and door? And presumably like door handle or something again. Let's do every chair from like the perspective of the table for a start. Because that way we can get the top of the chair back, because otherwise that's a bit difficult. This looks like a toilet. It really does. It looks like a pedestal. Oh well. So now we should basically be able to just crouch behind the chair and clean the rest of it. Alright, we may as well do the tabletop too while we're here. This is their logo, is it? Not noticed. International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. So they can't even commit to being friends. The real villain, commitment. Alright, so now we should just be able to crouch behind the chair here. Just go right down, I guess. Oh, I need to do each side as well? Okay. So side, back, side of the next one, side of this one. I still haven't cleaned a full chair yet. Clearly this routine hasn't quite worked. There's all these clefts in the bit there. What else have we missed? Don't know, maybe we're just going too fast over the base and maybe it's a bit rusty. That one worked fine. Sometimes you just gotta crawl around, it seems. You're getting a little bit of the table as a backstop, I think, sometimes. I don't know. This is something again. But what? Something. We don't know what, but it was something. Kind of nice if it was split up into seat, seat back, and seat stand, so I knew where to look when it didn't clean. That's the main reason for splitting things up, is just so that way you've got a bit of a more refined chance of seeing what you've missed when it doesn't clean for you. Because otherwise you're left kind of struggling. If there's a really big feature, or even a small feature like this but with lots of facets, then it's a case of, oh, but which bit needs to be done? Okay, table, door, and door button. Sure, that's it. Cool. I guess we stay on our belly to do this bit. How does the underside of your table get so filthy? What are you doing? Don't answer that. Basically take an angle from between each of the chairs to go in at the table, and we should cover everything. Voila! Time to do the entrance door and the button. And then we are done. And that will be that for the Spongebob DLC. It's been a pretty quick stream, all things considered. There's definitely been a lot of attention has been put into the DLC. I definitely enjoy it. It's been an extra almost 4 hours of entertainment. So that's pretty good. It's like $12 or something. $12, almost 4 hours. Good value. You could argue it's a bit overpriced compared to some, but it's also cheap compared to some other games. So, on balance, seems good. Pretty happy. Quite happy, in fact. Made no sense, but it was fun. It was colourful, it was fun. What more do you want? And, yeah, entertaining. I love that they put the detail into actually having a different character model, different washer and stuff. I never actually looked if you could... No, you can't change the colour scheme of it or anything. That's fine. Because you wouldn't be able to take it. Well, I don't know, maybe you could then take the colour scheme into the main game as well. Have a separate skin for the Pro Washer. You just take it into the main game too. Kind of fun. But whatever. That is that. Time-lapse time. There we go. Everything's back to normal at Bikini Bottom. Sandy's singing, Plankton's plotting, and Mermaid Man's mobilising. Who knows, when the dirty bubbles served his time, maybe he'll become a clean little bubble wafting happily around the place. Can't thank you enough for helping us clean up our little mystery. Without you, it'd still be knee-high in grime and crime. Anyways, gotta dash. We're throwing a surprise party for Squidward to say sorry for all the mess we made. We've invited the whole town. Squidward's gonna love it. Goodbye, friend, and thanks again. You'll make even more mess. Well, that will do. That is all. We've done the Conch Street, Bikini Bottom Bus, Krusty Krab, Patty Wagon, Invisible Boatmobile, Mermalair. I don't know what I'm saying. Sounds like I've just had a hallucination. But it was a fun one, and thank you for joining me in my hallucination. Got some achievements to get. I'll get them off stream. Yeah, and then we'll be at 100% for the game. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.